just to get taken down to Decatur to get my fingerprints. And then once they did, and then, yeah.
Hey everybody, I am SheriffBananas. Welcome to our segment Podtassium. This is a podcast hosted by yours truly. Today we have a special guest. His name is James. You may know him from the Twitch chat. And today we're going to be talking about several different topics, one of which being what it is like to be banned on Twitch as a viewer. And yeah, let's this is our first podcast, so it's a little bit nerve-wracking, so please bear with me. But yeah, James, go ahead and introduce yourself. How you doing today?
Well, thank you, Sheriff. I'm good, man. I'm looking forward to this. I think it'll be fun. And yeah, I've been banned on a lot of channels.
How many channels would you say that you've been banned on in total in your lifetime on Twitch? Not just your one account, but how many times have you been banned?
Okay, so I mean, so my lifetime on Twitch is pretty short.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I hit 10 months on your stream. So maybe 15 months I've ever been on Twitch.
Oh wow, that's about as long as I've been on too, though. So I mean, we must have crawled in the hole at around the same time, I suppose.
Rare. Absolutely. Yeah, and so I would say I've been banned by just about every titty streamer there is. Because it's fun.
Yeah.
And I always ask them the exact same fucking question.
Was it the same one you asked me?
Absolutely.
And what was that? If you would like to repeat for the crowd.
Okay, I guess for the first few, like, it was a little bit different, and I refined it over a little bit of time, but it became, hey, and I would put their name in there, and I'd like read through the bottom part of the Twitch page, like all their info and shit, to find out what their real name was. So it would be like, hey, Ashley, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your love for anal? And a lot of times it would be an instant ban, but at the same time, it would almost always get a reaction out of the streamer, and that's all I was looking for, because we were doing it at work. So I would have other people in other cubicles watching the same stream so they could clip it, or somebody standing behind me watching me type it. Like, it was fucking hilarious. And apparently it got to a point where enough people had banned me from their respective streams that Twitch was like, no, you're suspended for 2 weeks. I was like, oh, man.
I mean, at least it wasn't like a perma ban. That could have been a lot worse, I suppose. Especially since, like, that's like your main account that you dick around on.
If it was a perma ban, I would have just made a new account.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the way to do it. It's not like they IP ban anyone anyway, so like, fuck it.
No, they don't.
Which actually kind of sucks, but yeah. As far as like when you ask them the initial question and then they have their reaction, if you didn't get instantly banned from asking that, what would you say was the majority of reaction when it came to getting a response to how do you rate anal 1 to 10?
Yeah, the normal response was either a giggle or a disgusted face, and then I would get banned. Now, you said 4 out of 10, which I thought was just fucking hilarious, and that's why I kept watching you. And the other really good one I got was, God, and I don't remember her name. I think she's somewhat popular. But she read the question, turned her music down, looked dead into the camera, and said, over 9,000.
She loves it.
Looked back at the computer, cranked the music back up, and I was like, you, honey, are a troll at heart.
Yeah, for fucking real. Did you get banned after that, or did they just not care?
No, I don't think so. And I don't care. I don't care to watch any of those girls. I mean, I've talked to you about fucking Amaranth. I mean, yeah, she's fucking gorgeous, but she's vapid and boring as fuck. Like, what do you... you tune into that shit and go, wow, she's hot. And then what? Like, there's nothing else.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she's on a pool float. Great ass.
Great ass.
You know, after like 2 or 3 minutes, it's like, why am I watching this? I mean, if I want to whack off, there's porn. If I want to be entertained, there's literally anything else on the planet. So, yeah, I don't watch any of those chicks.
Man, yeah, I don't know. I can see, it's like, there are lots and lots of streamers that do carry that vibe that is just kind of like, I'm just here and I'm not going to interact with chat and I'm not really going to do much. I'm just going to chill. And I think they just kind of get sucked in that mindset because they can. So it's like they realize they can just go live at one point and they don't have to do anything. So they just don't. Because streaming can get kind of exhausting. Like after I stream every day, I have to unwind for at least an hour. Just not talk like and just not say anything for like an hour and eat something and shit like that.
For 4 hours, you're like the fastest talking woman on the planet.
That's
so
true.
I could see how that could be I could see how that would get exhausting.
Yeah, I think that like with streamers like Amaranth and folks like that kind of thing can happen. And then also like I feel like once you get to a certain size, you kind of do lose the sense of community. And so it comes to a point where it's like, what is the point of interacting with the people that are there? But then at the same time, like you could try and maintain it. But yeah, like I've seen a couple of her segments before that I thought were pretty funny. Like I really like her unban appeals. I think those are great. Cause whoa, have you ever watched one of those ones?
I've seen little bits. Yeah. I mean, again, I've never watched her for more than like 5 minutes at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what she's doing. Like, she's basically being, like, the lowest rung of sex worker. And I don't mean, like, lowest rung as crappiest, but, like, lowest rung as, you know, not actually having sex or actually showing anything beyond a bikini. But, I mean, I did the math. Like, girls making over $3 million a year, at least.
Yeah. I mean, at like a certain point, you just kind of, I think at a certain point for a lot of streamers, you just kind of figure out like where your success is. And unfortunately for a lot of women, that success does come from being desirable and having boobs. And you can make a lot of money from farming off of that. And hats off to them, but holy shit, I don't know if I can handle that.
I mean, hey, I'm all about, I mean, whatever you want to do to scrap out $1, like, but I think she's had that plan for a long time. I mean, you know, the fake tits, the fucking 3 hours a day in the gym, which she broadcasts. You know, I mean, she's got an amazing fucking body, and she shows it, and she's very pretty too. But yeah, she knows what she's doing, and she's just being a little on Twitch hoe and making a shitload of money. I mean. So hey, good for her. I'm not mad at her.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying I don't really have any reason to watch it.
Yeah, I think there's something for everyone on the platform, and like yeah, like I can sympathize with that, like where it's like, or not sympathize, I could relate to that where it's like it's not really my cup of tea to watch. I mean, I will turn on streams like that and zone out, like if I'm like dicking around and doing other things, like I'll zone out and watch some ladies in some pools. I'm into that. I'm a pervert, let's be real. But yeah, as far as like substance for content goes, I think that there is a larger trove of that in other areas of Twitch, and it doesn't even have to necessarily even be gaming. Like there's treasure troves full of just like makers, like the makers section. There's all sorts of cool shit going on there. You can watch someone make a fucking knife on Twitch. Like there's rad things happening, and you just kind of got to know where to find them.
I would rather watch and listen to you read The Lord of the Rings than see some hot chick in a bikini splash around in a fake hot tub.
Well, I will take that. I will take that 100%. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot going on Twitch all the time, especially with the new hot tub meta thing that happened and all of that. And like, I do think that it deserves its own place just because of the fact, like, there is a market for it. Twitch does make a lot of money from it, and these girls are making lots of money from it, and I totally support them in doing that, because fuck, dude, get that bag where you can. If there's a bunch of perverted dudes on the internet that want to throw money at you because you got tits and a sweet ass, by all means. And like, some of those people who do that are like some of the sweetest people I've ever met too. So it's like, there's like when the whole hot tub meta like hate thing was going on, like that was like kind of difficult for me to watch, because it was just like I heard people saying a lot of really horrible things about people that I know are good people, that I've talked to like at length, and like know that they're really nice, really good people. And then yeah, like you said, like Amaranth knows what she's doing. Like people like that know what they're doing, and they're just playing the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Like, it's as easy as that.
I'm not even hating the game.
Oh yeah, I know.
I mean,
yeah, it's just been interesting to watch, especially like being new to Twitch and coming into Twitch, and realizing that yeah, like a lot of female streamers, they just get horrifically sexualized, like, and then like having to make that decision for my own content, like whether or not I wanted to go that route or not, was actually really difficult for me, because there was a lot of pressure from people for me to go that way, and I decided I didn't want to, and I'm fine with it. But I am totally supportive of like everyone else who does it, because fuck it, like fuck it, you know. And also I get to watch boobs all day, and I like that.
I mean, excuse me. We kind of had a conversation about that in chat, and also in DMs, that you know, it's different when that's what you're doing on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're going to have fake tits and spend 3 hours growing a gigantic ass and be there in a bikini, like, you are trying to sexualize yourself. It's not just random that guys are coming in there and being like, oh my God, I want to fuck you. Like, you're making it very obvious that that's the kind of attention you want.
Yeah, it can be kind of unfortunate too, but like, and like a thing that a lot of female streamers talked about, especially during the hot tub meta, was because there are people purposefully sexualizing themselves, it's putting a lot of stress and strain on creators who don't do that to do that. And I even experienced that while it was happening, and it was really annoying.
Sure.
Because it's like, you know, maybe we don't want to do that, but then it becomes a matter of like, you're a female streamer, so this is what's expected of you, and like, that's not fair either. Because it's like, you don't go into a male streamer's chat and be like, pull your dick out, let me see your dick, show me your balls, just show me one ball, I'll give you 10,000 bits if you just show me one ball. It's like, okay, like that kind of shit I never see, unless someone's like very deeply trolling generally. But who knows? I'm not a male streamer though, so I don't get that kind of side of things, and I'm not there for it. But
right,
yeah,
but you're probably right that it doesn't exist at all.
Yeah, it's very different. It's a very different side of things, and when you start putting sexualized things in an area that doesn't have a lot of sexualization on purpose, yeah, it kind of makes for a tricky little soup sandwich kind of deal.
Yeah, I mean, maybe somebody should start a new website that's somewhere between, you know, like Twitch and Chatterbait.
Yeah.
Like the middle ground site that's like, yeah, you're not going to see any tits or pussy, but we got some hot chicks and they'll dance around for you. Or what? I mean, I don't know. And I see it 2 or 3 times a day watching your stream. Like, and oh my God, I love fucking with those guys too.
It's super fun.
It's hilarious. You called one out yesterday or 2 days ago that some guy was like, what did he say? Oh yeah, would you date a bi guy?
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, no, she only fucks people that watch her stream.
Yeah, dude, that shit's hilarious.
You gotta watch this shit religiously, and then you can kind of incrementally, maybe you'll get some pussy. But you gotta come in here hard.
You gotta be a loyal viewer.
Yeah, and he was gone like right after that. So
yeah, it's funny because it's like, honestly, like most of those people we don't even have to ban, because it's like all of us are fucking trolls, and all of us are like, hey, and like we see another troll and we're like, can we out troll them? And we usually do. So it's like it usually plays out in a really okay way, and we don't have to ban those people. And then yeah, like people like you, like it's like you showed up, obvious troll comment, how do you rate anal? But I was like, that's a fucking hilarious question, and I am definitely gonna answer that. And you've been here ever since, and you're like a part of the community now, like, and you're well integrated into the community, like you're respected among the community, you're a part of it, like, and it's like all because, you know, we didn't, you know, just fucking ban you immediately because we're uptight assholes who can't take a fucking joke, you know?
Right. Well, and I love that Dafka gets in on it with me.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Alar's totally just totally fucking sick of it. But me and Dafka making fun of Estonia, it just kills me.
Yeah.
It just kills me every fucking time.
It's hilarious too that you do that because we're constantly doing that to him in like our mod chat. So it's like he gets no relief from it like ever. We're just constantly being like, Estonia's not real. And like, you guys don't have rocks in Estonia. Woo! Like you don't have anything there. And it's like, I don't know, that shit cracks me up. It's really, I mean, he was the first person I've ever really met from Estonia, so it's like kind of been like a really interesting experience getting to know him and all the other mods too. Like they're all from across the world, so it's like I get to know a lot about like different cultures and like different foods and like what it's like in the other parts of the world that they're from, and it's really rad. So yeah, as far as like when you like, I'm super curious when you got the initial ban from Twitch on your account, because like we hear all the time about there's like tons of interviews and tons of tweets and tons of videos about how streamers got banned and why they got banned, but we very rarely see anything about viewers getting banned and their side of the experience, because as a viewer you kind of don't expect to get suspended very often, especially if you like spend money on the site, which you do. Like you give subs, you give bits, like you do all sorts of things. You're very involved in communities. And so when you said that you got suspended, I was like genuinely surprised by that. I was like, holy shit, like the dude, you know, he's not just some throwaway account. Like I can't believe they actually fucking suspended him. That's kind of surprising. So like initially, like what happened when you, like, how did you find out? Like what was the, like, did they send you an email? Did you try and just log on and you couldn't?
No, yeah, they did send me an email, and here, I'll scroll down and find it. But really, I'm not that involved on Twitch. I deserve to get banned. I like, other than watching you and occasionally at night watching my little brother, like all I do, if I do anything, is fucking troll. So
oh my god.
I've told you that before. Like, I don't give money to any other streamers.
I mean, it just cracks me up to think that, like, you showed up on our fucking stream and you're like, I'm gonna get cozy here, but everywhere else you're like, yo, fuck you, anal.
Yeah.
Cracks me
absolutely.
up so bad.
Well, I do have to find this fucking email, because it's just so sad. Like, oh, we're gonna put this on your permanent record.
Bitches.
Like, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Your Twitch account has been temporarily suspended. Twitch is committed to keeping our community safe for everyone, and as a part of that, we require all users to ensure that anything shared on their account abides by Twitch's terms of service and community guidelines. Based on a review of your account or of your activity or content, we have issued a community guidelines strike on your account. As a result, your access to Twitch services is temporarily restricted. Incurring multiple violations may result in a permanent suspension.
Whoa. I wonder, so the day before, I just want to try and like trace your steps here. The day before this happened, were there any particular trollings that you did that stood out to you as being potentially more problematic than the rest?
There had been one earlier that day. I don't remember anything about her, and I really don't do it that much anymore, to be honest. I think that it was just, I think it was an automatic thing. Like, I had been banned from, like, I don't know what their limit is. Let's say I'd been banned from 24 streams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I said something to one other titty streamer, and she banned me, and that's number 25, and that like triggered an automatic like you're suspended, is what I think happened.
Well, usually, generally, when an account gets suspended at all, even if it's like a streamer, it's usually because a person reports it. So generally what will happen is someone will report you for something, and that's when they like actually look at your account, because
that could be too.
Their auto system for things, it's not great, to say the least. And getting anyone to review information usually takes like a lot. So like for instance, like there was a point in time where there was a very toxic streamer that was doing some really terrible things to a friend of mine, and a bunch of people were reporting her and reporting her and reporting her. Like, I'm talking like 100 people plus were like reporting this girl for doing these things, because it was everything she was doing to this other person was against TOS, and it was extremely problematic, and it was really awful, and I really feel for the other person. But like, the reportings and reportings and reportings like just piled up for this girl, and like still nothing was happening, and then eventually finally her account got banned or suspended or something. But that took like a lot of people reporting. So I also wonder maybe if like how many mods or chatters have reported you for saying that before, because usually that's what'll trigger a review.
I mean, I don't know, and I don't think there's any way I can find out, but
yeah, I don't know if there is either.
But okay, so the funniest thing in this email is this. It says suspension length 14 days. Access to our services will be automatically restored when a temporary suspension is served, but the strike will remain on your account.
How many strikes do you think they give? Do you think it's like the same as like a streamer's strike count?
I don't know, but are we in fucking first grade? Like, we're putting this on your permanent record? Really?
Yeah, what did they call those things? Demerits? Like giving you fucking demerits and shit?
I think that's in the Boy Scouts, but
I
either
don't know.
way, it's fucking sad. Like, the strike will remain on your account. Oh my god, I'm so scared. I can't just make a new one.
That's true.
I mean,
you could just have a second account that's purely for the trolling, and then it wouldn't matter so much, I suppose, at that point.
I don't know. I think I kind of got my jollies out of it. I don't think I could get a new, different response that I haven't seen at this point.
Yeah, I guess it would be kind of hard. I mean, maybe you could also just come up with a new thing. Maybe you got to switch it up. Maybe it's time to give the old switcheroo.
I don't know. That's such a perfect question.
It is pretty perfect. It is pretty spot on. That would be difficult to find something better than that, or even to just like compare. Yeah.
I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your love for anal?
That's pretty good. I mean, even when I first read it, I was like, that's a solid question, and I can't just not answer it, because I'm all about being honest. I might as well.
Well, okay, and also you have to put at the beginning of it, hello, their real name, after scrolling down and finding out what it is, because that lures them in. Hello, Ashley. That sounds so cheerful.
It does sound really cheerful.
Then they're reading the question. It's like, on a scale of 1 to 10, okay, nothing controversial yet. How would you rate your love for? Oh, still, we're good. We could be talking about Pokemon, Winnie the Pooh, fucking Friends. It could be anything. And it's just that last word, anal.
Yeah, it gets them.
Yeah, and it throws them for a loop every fucking time.
I mean, fuck. It didn't really faze me, like, at all when I read it, but that's just because I am who I am.
Fucking fazes you.
But I wonder oh man, do you have any clips saved from the times that people responded?
Fuck. No, because where would they be saved other than on their account? You
can go into your dashboard. I don't know if viewers have dashboards. I mean, you should have a dashboard. If you go through your dashboard, you can go into the clips section, and there's a section called clips I've created. And it could be in there, but then again, maybe not, because I don't know what happens if you get banned from those streams and what happens to your clips if that occurs.
Well, if you get banned, you can't clip. Which is why a lot of times when I did that shit at the office, somebody else in another cube would be watching so that they could clip it.
Honestly, that's such a genius, spy time at work thing to do with another person. Like, that's a solid thing to do.
All right, now that I'm thinking about it, I do have this. It's somewhere on our work Discord. Found this German girl who spoke English, but I don't think she understood it that well. And what was the problem? I think she had, you know, a lot of streamers have that auto mod thing.
Yeah.
You know, if you use any kind of certain words, they'll just be like, no, they won't even pass it on. So I had to get rid of anal, and it was on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your love for taking it in the back door? And so she didn't understand what that meant.
Oh God.
Or maybe she did. But it was what did she say? It was, oh, back door, next door. That's what it was. She kind of sang it. I mean, back door, next door. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't fucking know. That's super weird.
Yeah, so that's still a thing around the office, is you just randomly just go, back door, next door.
Dude, what the fuck? I love language barriers sometimes. They can really make for quite the treat.
I think a lot of your trolls fake them.
I think they do too. I think there's a lot of people who fake them in the chat. Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, when I go to troll, I sometimes I will fake a language barrier. And it's not...
Take me with you. I want to see this. Who are you trolling and what do you do?
We just, like, I don't know, every now and then we'll have a little bit of fun. And we'll just go around as a little squad and just say really weird shit to people. And then see how long it takes to get banned. Or see which ones of us get banned first. And I'll definitely bring you next time. We haven't done it in a very long time. But it is very fun, and I really personally enjoy it quite a bit, especially doing it facelessly. Like, I don't have a throwaway account right now, so I haven't done it, like, very facelessly yet, but, like, I will make a throwaway account for such things, and it's not harmful by any means. It's definitely not something that can hurt anyone. But oh my god, is it fucking hilarious, because like just seeing people's reactions, like it's the same. I get it. It's like I get the reaction to it, because like on my end when I'm streaming, someone will say something fucking weird that makes no fucking sense and has no context, and in my mind I'm like, what the fuck is this person talking about? And it's also really funny to me though. But for most people, I don't think they find it funny at all, and they're just like fucking confused and really annoyed. So that's generally what I like to do, is to just, you know, confuse people and annoy them until they ban me or time me out. But generally, you know, sometimes I'll get away with it and they won't. But that's very rare, because like I said, like I've said in the past, most Twitch streams are very heavily modded and there's no freedom. So it's like, you're just kind of...
There's no freedom. Come on.
You just get fucked. I mean, if you think about it, really though, like, I don't know, I've gotten like messages deleted in Twitch chats before that like weren't offensive at all. Like they were totally fine. They just said like I don't even know what they said that was wrong. And then next thing I know, I get a mod being like, don't do that. And I'm like, I don't know what that means, because I don't know what I just fucking did, bro. Like, it's like... Okay,
now when...
And that's not when I'm trolling though. That's when I'm just genuinely on Twitch streams and trying to start a conversation with people. Like, I've been timed out. I've been message deleted.
When you have gotten banned, have you ever requested an unban?
No, fuck no. Actually, I don't know if I've ever been like perma-banned by someone. I think I've only ever been timed out. But I never go back and check, because I just don't give a shit, so...
Well, because, I mean, when you get banned, you don't have to go back. It shows right away, you've been banned, and then the little thing pops up, you can request an unban, like, right away.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think it's ever gone that far. I think usually they just time me out. Or there may have been a couple times I've been banned, but I just didn't give a shit, so I just moved on.
Well, I always, my go-to on the unban request is that my cat walked across the keyboard.
I love getting those on van requests. I get those so much. Like, that was my little brother. It's like, dude, holy shit.
Well, yeah, okay. I mean, but your little brother could actually do it.
Yeah.
How the fuck did my cat spell out on a scale of 1 to 10? How much do you love anal?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's impossible.
I've had dudes on Instagram before and other places where you can like be DM'd and stuff like that. I've had dudes ask me for nudes and then I'm like, no, bro. And then he's like, sorry. They use that same one. My cat ran across the keyboard. Like, and I'm always like,
oh, fuck.
I'm like, dude,
I thought I was being
fuck?
creative.
No, it's totally, that's used by so many people. I'm so sorry, James.
Well, I mean, I guess technically I was being creative because nobody else gave me the idea, but there are other people that came up with it, so that's sad.
Yeah, it's just 100 monkeys thing. Like, it's not, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Well, like, after your suspension ended, like, did you get an email saying that the suspension was over, or did you just find out from trying?
What was it? I think Monday I thought it should be over, and actually, I asked Dafka. I was like, do you think I'm going to get an email? And he was like, no, I don't think you're going to get an email. So I just tried to sign in, and I could, so.
Well, that'll do it. Fuck, I'm, like, so curious, like, if someone reported you, and if they did, who was it? I'm so angry. I was so fucking pissed when you told me you got suspended. I was like, not my James. Like, you can't suspend James. He's a saint. And, like, and then I thought about the way you enter Twitch chats, and I was like, yeah, that's justifiable probably, but I was angry for you.
No, you know what? It didn't upset me at all because, like, okay, I deserved it, right? Whoever reported it, like, yeah, I've been running my mouth, like, doing stupid shit. Fine, you suspended me, that's cool. But, like, I had fucking money locked up in that account.
Yeah.
And then, what was the other thing I was gonna say? Fucking beer. Yeah, so I mean that sucks because like you're holding my money hostage. I don't think it was that much, although I do think it was more than what was there when I came back, which I guess I don't have any way of proving that.
Would you like to take a drink? I'm ready to take a little drinky poo. I'm gonna put it in my mouth.
I've been drinking this whole time, but
well,
yeah, sure. Here,
yep, cheers.
Cross continental cheers.
Cross continental cheers.
World peace.
Oh my god, that's bad.
I love this fucking beer.
What kind of beer are you drinking?
It's a local brewery. I love all their shit. It's called Sweetwater.
Oh.
What is this one? I think this one's 420.
Nice. What kind of ale is it?
Well, they do mostly IPAs, and then so they've got. Let's see, they got their IPA, and then the 420 is the IPA with a little bit of weed taste to it.
Is it supposed to taste like weed?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 420.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. I thought you meant 420 like alcohol content, like 420%. Do you guys do like CBD shit there? Like
No.
No.
I think you can get some marijuana related stuff in Georgia now if like you're dying of cancer.
Oh Jesus, okay. Fuck.
Yeah. Like it's but you can also, just call the guy I went to elementary school with and get whatever you want. So
have you ever had weed soda?
No.
It's pretty good. Gets you really high.
I don't really care much for weed anymore. It's too potent now.
It is. I agree with that actually. It's so much stronger than it was even like 5 years ago. Like I can't hang, dude. Like I live in Washington, so it's like completely legal here. I could walk down the street and buy as much weed as I want. And it's cheaper now too, which is awesome. Because there's so much of it. You can just buy it for like, I could go get like a fucking ounce for like $100 and be like the happiest person on the planet. But the whole problem with it all is like, you can't get weed that's like the same potency that it used to be. So now it's like you take one fucking hit and you're so fucking high you're having a goddamn panic attack.
Yeah.
I don't know how kids these days do it. They're just fucking smoking that shit left and right. I used to have a crazy weed tolerance, and now it's like, yeah, dude, one hit and I'm good. Like, I can't. I don't know how people smoke like whole joints nowadays with that shit the way it is. It just blows my mind. But before, back in the day, you could smoke like a few bowls and not get super high. Like, now you're just fucked. It's horrible.
Yes, I mean, I started smoking pot my freshman year in high school, and I stopped smoking pot my freshman year in high school. But for the most part, I mean, that whole year, like, I smoked multiple times every day. Since then, you know, I've partaken here and there, and I'm not against it or anything, but it's like, we used to pack a bowl and share it between like 5 people, and we would just be giggly as fuck for like 45 minutes. It was a great fucking time.
Yeah.
Like, if you were to do that with today's weed, like, all 5 of us would just pass the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, that's not
or
fun.
Die.
No, you can't die.
I know. I mean, die hypothetically in a video game. Die in a video game.
Yeah, but to me, that's worthless. That's, you know, that's like, I want to have 12 beers, but, you know, I want to have one after another. I don't want to have a bottle of vodka, you know, shot straight up my anus.
Yeah.
So that I feel it all at once. Like, that's not fun.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that. I just wish they were, you know, trying harder. Because, like, at this point, it just seems like they just keep trying to make weed stronger and stronger and stronger. It's like, I wish they would think about the people that maybe don't want that and, like, make a couple strains that are, you know, supposed to be super mellow, like in the old times. Like, maybe don't put as much effort into it. Because that's a moneymaker right there. It's like, do you know how many times I've gone to the weed store and they're like, what do you want? And I'm like, something that's not going to get me too fucked up. And they're like, we usually, you know, want people to get usually people want to get really fucked up. I'm like, I don't, and I'm sure there's plenty of people who don't too, because I've met them. And so now I just buy like fucking, usually what I smoke during the day, it's like, I don't even know, it's like fucking like such a small amount of THC, and then the rest of it's CBD, because I just don't want to get high. I just want to feel good. Like, I just want to feel normal. So it's just like, but yeah, anything else will just get me fucking zooted. Every now and then I'll fucking take a puff too many, and then I feel like I'm like melting through the sun, and it's not good. It's not a good time.
No. I got some gummies from a friend of mine. They weren't for me. They were for, this is when I was seeing crazy, which, oh my God. But so, I mean, even though I trust him implicitly, like, I figured I would try one before I took him up to her, and like, the room started spinning. I couldn't go to sleep.
Yeah.
And eventually I fucking vomited. And I'm like, this isn't what pot's supposed to do.
Yeah, dude.
But then I took him up to crazy anyway, and she's like, these are great.
Oh my God, I can't handle people like that. How do you get that fucked up and have a good time?
That's probably when I should have cut the cord.
Yeah, probably. But fuck it. You live and you learn. I don't think there's anything you know, could have really done differently during this situation without the hindsight, you know?
Yeah, hindsight is great. A time machine would be better.
I agree. Time machines would function a lot better. Or just, you know, a sneak peek of hindsight. That would be great. It doesn't even have to be a whole time machine. You just get a little tiny sneak peek. It's like, hey, your hindsight in like 3 years is gonna tell you this about this situation. Like, you're like, oh shit, okay, and then you can act accordingly.
There are also things, you know, like hormones and you know, they kind of take over sometimes.
Yeah, and I feel that. I've definitely, oh buddy, I've been there. Oh my God. Especially with women. Like, in my experience trying to date women, hormones definitely take over, and I'm like, yes, this will be good. And then get a little bit into it, and I'm like, oh no, this is not good. I have to go.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but I think it happens to everyone at some point. At least I hope so, because I feel like everyone should feel that at least once. Like, hey, don't let your dick get you out of control, you know?
Well, so I think I've told you the liquor store story before.
Mm-hmm.
I have?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, like she freaks out at the liquor store?
Well, no, so we went out to dinner. On the way home, we stopped at the liquor store. I go in to buy a bottle of whatever the fuck. Come back out. I'm getting in the car. This dude, like 4 spaces over, violently throws his door open and gets out and starts screaming. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And she's like, yeah, that fucking bitch was flicking off my little girl. And I'm like, what? I'm sorry, I was in the store. I don't know what you're talking about. And eventually it gets to the point where he's just like, and then, I love this part of it too, because it's just so southern and classy. He's like, get her the fuck out of here. Please.
Please. It's like having like an unruly child at the grocery store or something. Like.
Yeah. Yeah, so we leave and we're driving down the road and I'm like, honey, what the fuck happened while I was in the store? And she was like, I just need you to know I was not flicking off the 12-year-old. I'm like, okay. I was flicking off her mom. I'm like, why? Oh, she was eyeballing me.
I love that. Eyeballing me? Fucking what the fuck, dude?
She was eyeballing me.
Mind your own fucking business, like, and move on. Like, don't worry about it.
And I wanted to slam on the brakes, but I was driving down the road and, you know, and I just looked over and it was like, what the are we in fucking prison? She was eyeballing you? Are you serious?
Was the 12-year-old also eyeballing her, or was it just the mom?
Just the mom, apparently.
Ah, man.
Because we got back to her place, and she told me repeatedly, she kept saying in the same way, I just need you to know I wasn't flicking off the 12-year-old.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're flicking off the 12-year-old or not. You're still flipping someone off in a parking lot for no good reason. Like.
Yeah. It finally got to a point where I was like, like what you said, it doesn't matter. Why were you flicking? Why are you flicking anybody off? Just stop talking about it. Let it go. And she goes, okay, but I don't think you will.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, that right there should have been the end of that shit.
Yeah, that's a handful. Also super curious, because I feel like it's kind of important since it sets the tone for the night. Where did you go to dinner before all this?
J. Alexander's.
What the fuck is that?
It is a small chain restaurant. I think they've got like 10 or 12. It's American semi-fine dining. I mean, they used to have a dress code. They don't anymore.
Anywhere that has a dress code, I'm just like, bro, if I want to come in my cargo shorts and flip-flops and fucking sit down and eat, let me, you fucking cucks. That's how I feel about dress codes, personally.
Well, I don't think it was like super restrictive or anything, but you know, like if you want to take a date out on a nice Friday or Saturday night, you know, to a nice restaurant, you don't want to see some motherfucker sitting there in a t-shirt.
That's probably true, yeah. You got a point about that.
So, you know, it's very dim, it's candle lit, it's a very nice place. I got turned on to it by my longtime ex. We were together for like 12 fucking years. When we were kids, she used to work there, and it really impressed me, the fact that, you know, she would ask me, like, on her way out the door, like, does my uniform look okay? and I would help her study for quizzes, like with flashcards and shit. Because if she couldn't answer shit, they would send her home.
That's so
I was like,
cute. You're helping her with her little flashcards. It's adorable.
yeah, but it impressed me about the restaurant. Like, yeah, they got their shit together.
Yeah.
And actually ate there Friday night. Me and Dad and another guy from work. And it was fucking delicious.
What's like the kind of like what do you order when you go there?
So what do I order?
Mm-hmm.
I order the you're gonna laugh, but it's basically just chicken tenders and French fries.
Hell yeah, buddy! No, I'm not gonna laugh at that. I fucking support you, bro. I support you all the way. Eat your chicken tendies.
It's the best chicken I've ever eaten.
Oh my god.
Oh, and they make their own barbecue sauce.
Oh.
Fucking on point. And the French fries are the little shoestring.
Oh yeah.
And yeah.
Oh, bro, that sounds so good. Okay, so do they have chicken strips? What would you say is their fanciest dish there?
Oh, I have no idea. I mean, I've been eating there for like over 15 years. I always get the same thing.
That's true. I do the same thing when I find something I like at a restaurant. Well, have you seen anyone else order something like really like? Is there like a filet mignon or like a duck breast, or is it all just like nice burgers and chicken strips?
Oh no, it's no, they do all kinds of pastas and Friday night Blocker got some kind of steak. I don't remember what Dad got, but yeah, I mean it's a lot of variety, pastas, meats, whatever. I don't know. I know what I want.
Yeah.
So when the waitress comes over and is like, "You guys know what you want?" I'm like, yeah. I don't even need the menu.
Don't show me the menu, please, ma'am. When you and your psycho ex-girlfriend ate there that night before having the parking lot incident, did you also eat chicken tenders that night?
Yeah, I must have. That's what I always get there.
Yeah, you're setting yourself up for like a good evening. What do you remember by chance what she ate?
I don't. I remember that. Okay, so I live in Atlanta. She lives in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
So I would go see her while we were together. I'd go see her every other weekend.
That's often for that far away. Isn't that like a pretty far distance, Nashville to Georgia? That's a ways, isn't it?
The way I drive, it was about a 3.5 hour trip.
That's still a big trip every weekend?
Every other weekend.
Every other weekend. Well, still, that's every other weekend. That's still, holy shit. Okay, sorry.
Oh, and you have to, okay, so at the time, I was living in my mom's basement. Mm-hmm. So anytime I can fucking get out of there, let's do that.
Yeah.
And I was also just totally fucking in love with this girl. I love being around her. I love talking to her on the phone. I certainly love fucking her. So the only reason it wasn't every weekend was just because of work.
Yeah, that would be really difficult to do that every single weekend, regardless of a job.
I would usually take Friday off when I went up there, so that I could leave after work on Thursday and then drive back on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, like, now I'm just like finding out you guys went out to eat beforehand, finding out about this restaurant with the really good food. I'm probably wrong, but I'm starting to wonder if maybe this whole incident with the parking lot and the eyeballing and the possible involvement of a 12-year-old, which you'll never be able to prove, by the way, possible involvement of a 12-year-old, I'm starting to wonder if maybe, just maybe, whatever she ate at that restaurant wasn't as good as she expected it to be, and that set her mood in a bad place.
Okay, but see, now there are numerous other stories, and I guarantee you it was her fault.
Okay.
Yeah.
But maybe just maybe a little bit of it was the food. I'm gonna think that in my mind for the rest of my life. That's like a little bit in there. She ate something, wasn't as happy as she could have been, and then she was just pissed off and crazy. She's still crazy. I'm still believing she's crazy because I have heard things. Still believing she's crazy. But then that just, you know, that just fucking that chick eyeballing her put her over the fucking edge, cause her salad or some shit wasn't as good. I don't fucking know. I am on the little bit of high side and starting to consume more alcohol, so maybe these are just the fantasies that I make up in my own mind.
I did take her out to eat there pretty much every time that I went up, so...
How often did you guys go out?
No, I went up there every other weekend, so...
So you guys would go out every other weekend? Okay.
Yeah, and I would spend Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, so 3 nights. And usually one of those nights we'd go out to a nice dinner.
That'll do it. You know, kudos to you. Kudos to you for taking your lady out that often, even though she was crazy.
Well,
that's gotta be difficult. That's gotta... Okay, wait. Actually...
What?
Real quick. Now that I'm thinking about it more, after you had realized that she was kind of crazy, did you still take her out after that? Or were you just like, I gotta leave this bitch at home?
Honey, after that, I moved her in with me.
Why did you do that?
I don't know.
You moved her in with you after that? That was like, when you told me that story the first time I heard it, I was like, that is a pretty decent sized red flag. It's not the biggest red flag in the world, but it's there and you can see it. Maybe. Unless the pussy's too good, then you probably can't. But...
And it was good.
It was good. Okay. So after that you moved her in with you, and then from there you just continued going on the same way?
Okay, if we're gonna... Her name was Sonia. If we're gonna stick on Sonia, there were other red flags too. Even lesser nice restaurants. She wanted to take me to O'Charlie's.
The fuck is that?
You don't have those up there either?
I don't know. Maybe I do.
I don't think we have them down here. Apparently it's a chain. I don't know. She wanted to go to O'Charlie's. I'm like, yeah, great. So we're sitting at our table at O'Charlie's. We both gotten a drink. We both ordered our dinner. The waitress had come back around, and Sonia had asked for another glass of wine. She starts getting really agitated. She's like, this waitress sucks. I want my glass of wine. And she turns to the table next to us, and she's like, hey, do y'all have the same waitress as us? Because she sucks. And these people are just terrified.
No shit.
Oh, yeah. Because you have to understand, she's fucking 5'10", fucking fiery redhead.
Yo, that's a tall bitch. Damn. Fucking 5'10", dude.
Yeah, she's not fucking around. She's like, do you have the same waitress? And I mean, slurring really badly. Do you have the same waitress as us? Because she fucking sucks. And they're just kind of like, like grimacing and kind of like all looking down at the food and shit. And I'm like, babe, stop.
Stop it. Dude, and, that's rough.
And she looks back at me and she's like, no, I want my fucking glass of wine. And so the way that we're seated at the table, I can see the bar and she can't. And I go, oh, okay, I see. She just grabbed your glass of wine and she's coming this way. And she goes, if this is not here in 10 seconds, you're a liar. and yes, I was making it up. So Like,
with good cause, though. I would also be making it up at that point, if I'm being honest. Like,
I'm just trying to calm her down. Like, and they're trying to not overserve her.
yeah. I would also. I've done waitress jobs before. Not gonna lie, I would probably purposefully forget about her glass of wine as to not overserve, because that's like really illegal and you can lose your license. So
yeah, you can get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
it's not a game. I think people forget that there are over service laws, and so when they're drinking they get very upset when they don't get the alcohol they want.
Yeah. So, you know, I had like I usually will when I go out to dinner with a woman, I take my glasses off so I can look her straight in the eye, and we're holding hands and everything's great, other than the fact that, you know, crazy bitch wants another drink. And she had finally, it just gotten to a point where it's like, hey, we got to get out of here because this is just too embarrassing. And so I pull out my wallet. I put a 20 on the table, which, you know, wouldn't have covered the food that we'd already ordered. But I was just scatterbrained. It was like, do the right thing. Just get the fuck out. And I
do the right thing.
You know, whatever. I mean, so I start dragging her out, and she's asking on the way out. She's asking everybody that's eating there, everybody that's working there, hey, do you know that one bitch? She's a terrible waitress. And just like, honey, come on, we gotta go. And so we finally get outside, and she's like, see? I'm like, see what? She goes, see? I didn't say anything to the hostess.
What?
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, kudos. Right. Kudos for not saying it to one person, dude.
Yeah.
How does that even... Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, continue. I'm processing this a little bit still.
So we're walking out to the car, and we get in the car, and then I realize I don't have my glasses. And I'm not fucking going back in there. I sure as fuck ain't sending her back in there. And she says that, oh, well, we can, Heather can go in there and get them tomorrow. That's her daughter. And I'm like, no. No.
No. How old was her daughter at the time?
18?
I mean, still, like,
no,
fuck, dude, don't. No, I know, I'm
no,
agreeing with you. Like, no, don't send your fucking kid in there to, like...
No, I'm sorry, the older one was 18. Heather was 14.
So she's gonna send a 14-year-old into a place where service people work that she's barely interacted with.
To make excuses for her drunk-ass mother. And I'm like, no. That's rough, not gonna happen. We're the adults. No. But but I'm also hungry still, because I obviously didn't fucking eat. So we go eat it out back. And
hell yeah!
Somehow she's like the perfect model of normal, diner person all of a sudden. And the next morning I get up and go buy new glasses.
You went and bought new glasses, James.
What? I wasn't walking back in there.
Oh my goodness. Just for future reference, if this ever happens again, the people who work during the day are not the same people who work at night usually at restaurants. So you could go ask a day hostess and they'll give you your glass and they have no idea what happened. They won't ever know. Oh, James. Well, for later in life, if this ever happens again, which God bless your soul, James. I hope this never happens to you again. But if it ever does, I'll even call for you and be like, I left my glasses, and I'll pretend to be an old man. I don't give a fuck. Or an old lady.
But
I'll do it for
I
you.
sure as fuck wasn't gonna send my fucking girlfriend's, teenage daughter in there to go recover my glasses.
Yeah, honestly, props to you, because I feel like most people in that situation would just go along with that. So kudos for not. Because it's not a good idea. I remember my parents making me go, or mostly my dad, like making me go in to places. Like, for instance, like going in McDonald's, telling them they got our order wrong. And then stating, since 1974, you have claimed that you would refund an entire order if you got it wrong. He'd make me go into McDonald's is do that if they got one of our burgers wrong and get a refund. And that's how we could afford to eat McDonald's, is that they would definitely fuck up our food and then we could get a refund. And you made me do that as like a 6-year-old child. So I'm very, very proud of you for not making a child do that, because it's a nightmare.
You've lived through an awful lot of shit, kid.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm a strong person now because of it. How else would I know how to, treat service people with respect if I wasn't forced to not do so as a child? Yeah, my parents were good people, but every now and then my dad would do very questionable things that I was like, is this okay? I don't know if this is okay, but yeah, he tried. He fucking tried, I guess. But yeah, I'm glad that you didn't force a 14-year-old to do that. But damn, dude, bought another pair. How much were they? Were they expensive?
Yeah, you can get glasses for about $100.
Yeah. Well, were they just like, run-of-the-mill peepers then?
Yeah, I mean, I've got my sunglasses are fucking. They were really expensive, but they're Ray-Bans.
Oh yeah.
So when my prescription changes, I get those redone. But dude, and you wear glasses. Fucking
Yeah.
Warby Parker.
Yeah. I kind of like...
Warby Parker is the shit.
Yeah, they are fucking on it, dude. Every pair of glasses I've got from them has lasted me like fucking years. This most recent pair that I got, I didn't get from Warby Parker. They're Ray-Bans. They are the most expensive pair of glasses I've ever purchased. I did get them with an insane deal though, so I saved like a shit ton of money. Otherwise I wouldn't have bought them, because I'm not paying like $300 for glasses. You can fuck off, But Warby Parker,
well, and they look okay on you. I
like them.
I don't know if it really matches you.
I like them in it's like I feel like they suit me in a sense, but then there's different, there's a lot of different sides to like my fashion and myself as well. And I've never really found a pair of glasses that I felt truly suited me, but I feel like these ones are all right. I'm enjoying them for now. They probably won't last long though, since they're wire frames, which is unfortunate, but what can you do?
My most recent Warby Parker pair is they're clear plastic.
Yeah.
But then on the inside of the eye holes, they've got blue in them.
On the inside of like in the rim. I think I got a tester of those pairs. I think they also had that available with like a tortoise inner rim or something, and I got like a test pair of them at one point, because their clear glasses are the ones I always get. They're like really durable and they last forever.
Well, I mean, when I got them, I got a lot of compliments from the ladies.
Yeah, if you get yourself a nice pair of peepers, the ladies notice, because that's like a small attention to detail, and then they start thinking, maybe he's got good small attention to detail elsewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and it's what was really funny when my stepmom was like, "Oh, I like those glasses. Oh, thanks." She's like, Did you pick those out?
Yeah. Yep.
Because I'm usually just so like fucking plain, like. But yeah, I mean, I saw them on the website. I was like, damn, those look cool.
Yeah, I think that's like really common with men, is like just blanket statement, not trying to like encompass everybody, but like a large amount of men are very plain and buy very plain things, and then usually like women or very fashionable other men that they know tend to try and help them influence their style to pick things out that are actually appealing to other people rather than functional. And I think that can be a surprise to people sometimes when someone who is very plain just out of nowhere is like, I'm gonna get this funky little thing for myself, and I think that that's cool, and I'm going to wear it. And then it's like, yeah, it's like a flower opening up. It's like, pick that out. You pick that out by yourself, and then you're just amazed. I've been that person who's said that before. Like, you pick that out by yourself, like to dudes, and they're just like, yeah. Usually they say no. Someone else picked it out. I'm like, oh, and then I have less respect for them. But when it does happen,
well, she does know me pretty well. I mean, she remembered my dad when I was like 13 years old. So,
damn, that's fucking
crazy.
crazy.
I could see how she would have been surprised.
Yeah, it can be kind of a shock, like, or even like more so than like just like something like a pair of glasses or a new pair of pants. It's like someone starts redoing their whole wardrobe. It's like, whoa, that can be like a fucking shocker sometimes. And you'd be surprised how much it can change someone's confidence. I've seen a lot of men go from like cargo shorts that are tan and then a white t-shirt to, actually like, putting a little more effort in the things that they pick out for themselves. And then like a year into it, they seem like way different people because they're so much more confident in themselves, and it's like really cool to see. I don't know. I think it's neat. I think it's neat when men break out of their fashion box and get a little crazy with it. It's nice.
I want to start doing button downs.
Like long sleeve or short sleeve?
Oh
my God.
I mean long sleeve. I think short sleeve, that looks weird.
I think short sleeve is very young. It's very boyish. It reminds me of yacht boys that hang out on a yacht.
Yeah.
But if you do like long sleeve and then go like third sleeve, like just up to the elbow, that can be a hot look. That could be a banging look for the summertime days.
So now I'm like slacks and a polo is my usual attire for the workplace.
Polos are comfortable, and you look like you golf probably. So.
No, I've never. No, I've golfed one time.
That's something. I think I've golfed once too.
It was they did. All right, so my dad had a ranch in the middle of nowhere in Wyoming.
Hell yeah.
And the town would put on a what do they call it? Oh, the Cow Pie Open every year. And so they called it that because there was cow shit. Have you ever seen a cow pie?
Yeah, I've seen a cow poo for sure. They're big.
They're
meaty.
Yeah. So they had a cow pie open. Nobody really gives a shit like to keep score or whatever. And we drank a lot of schnapps. I was underage.
Nice.
I took a couple swings. Yeah, it didn't go well. It was fun. Yeah, but I think that's the only time I've ever played golf.
So wait, did you play golf with cow pies?
I'm trying to. I know that they were there, like in the field of play. Like it was not a golf course. Okay. It's like just like random fields.
I'm visualizing. Just random fields with cow shit.
Even though that was like 20 fucking years ago. Yeah, there were a bunch of cow pies. I think they cut hole or no, I think the holes were hula hoops.
Just a whole hula hoop?
Yeah, like if you could get it inside the hula hoop, then that counts. You win.
Fuck it.
Yeah, so it was basically it was just people getting really fucked up, and we were drinking peppermint schnapps.
Oh, I have terrible memories of peppermint schnapps.
I have terrible memories of menthol schnapps.
Is there a difference?
Well, yeah, because peppermint's real.
Oh. So oh god, didn't that? Oh, okay. Oh man.
Yeah, like there are actual peppermint plants. There's no menthol plants.
Okay, I'm visualizing that taste now, and I'm like, okay, that's a bit different than peppermint. It's more chemically.
Yeah, Yeah.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I do not want to drink that ever.
Yeah, or Southern Comfort.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, I can't, nope. Hard pass. Hard pass on the Southern Comfort. Hard pass on
Or,
peppermint
all right, so
schnapps.
I had a party. I had a house party when I was like 14.
Mm-hmm.
My parents went to, or my mom and stepdad went to Florida, and I didn't go. And so I had the house, invited everybody over, including this girl, Stephanie. Was so into her, and I had never really said anything to her, and was kind of hoping to that night. You know, I don't know what the fuck. I just wanted her to show up was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So everybody shows up, or a lot of people did anyway. And I'd poured everybody drinks of Captain Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Taylor, my buddy, goddamn, he was a funny son of a bitch. He called somebody and was like, I need a ride over to the house. And I'd already poured everybody a drink. And so for whatever reason, it took 20 people to go get Taylor. So everybody left the party to go get Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And while they're gone, I just start downing everybody's Captains and Cokes. Because I'm nervous about Stephanie coming over.
Bro. How many did you drink?
Oh my God, like 15?
15? Were these hard pours? Like, I mean, I'm certain they were since you're like teenagers. I would have poured a lot personally, but 15?
Yeah, it was a lot of rum.
Dude, you're gonna die. Oh, okay, so you drink all the Captain and Cokes while these people are gone, so that you're not nervous to talk to Stephanie.
Everybody that went to pick up Taylor comes back, and now we got a party.
Mm-hmm.
And within about 10 or 15 minutes of them being back, I'm like, I can't party, you know? And I'm in the bathroom just ralphing, and was there on my knees or on my back on the bathroom floor for the rest of the night, except for when I found out that Stephanie was there, and she had just popped in to say hi. And I was like, what? Really? What? Stephanie?
Oh my God.
So I go running out the front door. I've got puke just fucking all over me.
Holy shit, James.
Her boyfriend had driven her over there.
She has a boyfriend?
Yeah, I didn't know that at the time.
That's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he didn't even bother. He didn't even want to get out of the car. I mean, she just like popped in for like 2 or 3 minutes, I guess. I don't know, because I was in the fucking bathroom the whole time. So I run out there. I'm just like fucking covered in puke. Fucking. I'm just like, come here and give me a hug.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
James.
Oh,
young James infatuated with a lady named Stephanie. Did she hug you?
She did, kind of.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, she was a sweet girl. And last time I looked her up, she was actually she was in Chicago doing some kind of advertising or something. Looked like she'd making something of herself.
That's awesome. That's so cute. Should hit her up. You should be like, hey, Stephanie. You should just hit her up and be like, remember that time I tried to hug you and I was covered in puke? I would do that. I mean, dude, fuck. Like, what do you gotta lose? Maybe she'd be maybe she'd see you hit her. Maybe it'd be like some fucking. Did you see the new Karate Kid show? Maybe it'd be like that. She fucking sees you hit her up, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I remember this guy. I was actually pretty into him. But then that one time he tried to hug me with puke all over his chest, and I was like, Nah, guy, And she could see that things have changed course a little bit. You know, you're doing a little bit better these days, and you're not covered in puke. At least not right now. It's subject to change.
Yeah, I'm checking. No, I think I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah. I'm super curious what she would say.
I guess I kind of am too, but I don't know, the dudes that she. Well, I mean, you know, it's a long time ago, but the dudes that she was with back then, it's like, oh, really?
It was just a nasty man.
Just total dicks.
How would you describe him? Like, what kind of... I like, you know, in high school and stuff, everyone has their, like, clique or their thing or, like, whatever. What would you say he was?
Well, I can think of two of them. I can see their faces. I don't remember their names, but they're both really rude. Yeah, just kind of trash people. Like, yeah, you know, again, I mean, that's like fucking 20 years ago.
Did they continue to date through high school, or did they break up, like, during, or...
Oh, I don't know. It wasn't much after that I got fucking expelled.
Oh, Jesus, okay. Fucking A.
Wait, okay. I know I've told you the story how I got expelled.
I don't know if I remember it. I don't even know if I remember that you ever been expelled.
Alright, so... Well, because, I mean, you didn't graduate, right?
Fuck no.
You got a GED?
Yeah.
Well,
look at me. I look like the kind of person that graduated. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm a smart kid, don't get me wrong, and I like doing the schoolwork thing.
Yeah, you certainly could have.
If I was in a different school system, it would have been fine. But I was in a poor school system, and it was terrible. Anyway, continue.
Well, and your parents died while you were in high school, right?
No, they died more in my early 20s. But they were very sick and disabled my whole life. So it was it was a challenge from like the time I was like 4 on. So that was definitely something that did interfere with some of my academics, just because of needing to be out of school for certain things. I would get sick very frequently because they would get sick very frequently. So yeah, it was a challenge for my whole life, but and it did kind of affect my schooling, especially since I was like, I'm gonna leave home to get a job in the big city and send money home to the family because we're poor as fuck. How did you get expelled?
Well, so it was a multi-step process.
Well, in what way?
Well, okay, so the first big incident was that I had a group of friends, I guess. Really more of acquaintances. You know, dudes I knew. That over like a 2-week period, they were riding the bus into school and then just walking straight back into the woods, back behind the school, and built like a little base camp. And then they were robbing houses. Oh,
this is not going where I thought it was.
Yeah. They were robbing houses of any guns.
Smoke weed.
Any guns or alcohol they could find.
Guns?
So,
why guns? I mean, I know you're in Georgia, but like, do they...
Because they were stupid. So, I had been aware of their little camp back there. I'd been back there one time. They had stolen a samurai sword from somebody that I thought was pretty cool. And I grabbed it and like ran around and like chopped down some ivy and shit. You know, fucking 14 years old. Like, give me a samurai sword. I'm gonna, you know, do that shit.
Yeah, give me the samurai sword.
So they'd been doing this every day for a while, and there were a group of us that, you know, that knew about it, but we weren't gonna tell anybody because, you know, they're buddies, and I mean, God, if I had now, I would have immediately fucking called 911 and just been like, come arrest these motherfuckers before they get shot.
Yeah. Someone's gonna get hurt doing that. That's also another thing I didn't think about really at first. Yeah,
but I didn't have, you know, that wisdom. So I'm just like, okay, you guys do your shit. I'm gonna keep going to class. You know. So I'm in gym class, and we had gone outside, and it was kind of like a free thing, you know, you could do this, you could do that, whatever. And I'm walking the track with another guy that knew about the thing, Brendan. We're walking around the track and we hear a gunshot.
Like close? Oh, fuck me.
And we both look at each other and we're like, you know, come on, those guys are stupid, but they're not that stupid. So we look around, make sure none of the authority figures, quote unquote, are looking at us, and dip back into the woods and go back there. And sure enough, Joey had been shot in the foot.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Poe had been holding the gun, and Willie was taking his wife beater off to wrap it around his foot. And I'm looking at these guys, and they're all stoned and drunk as fuck. I'm like, and I mean, they're fucking 14 years old, right? Like, you guys are not going to be able to settle this fucking situation. Like, if I don't go get help, Joey's going to die.
No shit.
So Brendan and I both run the fuck back up to the track. We find, God, what was that coach's name? He was a giant, just big girl. Girlfriend looked just like her. It doesn't matter. And
fine, fuck it. The coach.
Yeah, so it turns into a thing, right? I mean, a kid gets shot on school property, so within no time, there are cops everywhere. There are news choppers overhead. You know, this is a school shooting.
Oh my God.
Because it wasn't, let's see, yeah, it really wasn't that long after Columbine.
Oh my God. This is just getting worse by the second. Okay.
Oh, it was awful.
Oh, fuck. All right.
But so Poe, the guy that had been holding the gun, I still don't know how he shot him. I know he didn't mean to. But Poe had just freaked out and started running. So we're talking to all these teachers and coaches and principals and then cops. And somehow Brendan had gotten past a box of ammo, which I don't understand. Now I think about it, who gives a fuck about a box of ammo?
Yeah.
Like, we're all gonna go to jail. Like,
yeah.
You can go to fucking Walmart and buy a box of ammo.
Yeah, there's plenty of places that you can purchase ammo. I mean, I know it's kind of a little bit expensive. So like from a teenage standpoint, it's like, this is like $40. Like I don't have $40, but at the same time, it's like, you're gonna go to a fucking jail. So
yeah, I don't know. And so they put me and Brendan in a vice principal's office, locked us in there, and so Brendan pulled the box of ammo out of his cargo pocket.
That little shit.
Hid it under the desk before the cop came in to question us. And we're both like, I don't know. What? Guy got shot? First time I've heard of it. And we're listening to him, and he's got, because he's got a live radio on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
We're listening to, they're looking for Poe. And Poe ran all the way to fuck home, which from Lakeside all the way up Evans, I mean, that was probably 5 miles.
Jesus Christ.
We're talking about a little fucking Asian dude. Like, he may have been like 5'4". He just on adrenaline just took the fuck off and ran home. Which, hey, dumbass, that's the first place they're gonna look.
Yeah, no shit. That's like not the place to go, probably. Oh my God.
So, dude that was questioning us heard they had found Poe. He's like, all right, I'm leaving. And once he did, Brandon took the box of ammo and put it back in his pocket. And yeah, then a few nights later, I got I didn't get arrested. I got picked up. It's like 10:30 at night. I was at home. What are you doing disturbing my family and shit? What's wrong with you? Just to get taken down to Decatur to get my fingerprints. And then once they did, once they did and they processed everything, they were like, "Hey, you were fucking around with that samurai sword."
Oh no.
Yep.
Dude.
Yep. So when the whole thing went to court, the lawyers and my parents and everything had it all worked out to where I was going to go live with my dad in Wyoming and be on probation. So that was fun.
Holy shit. All because you wanted to fuck with a samurai sword that was in the woods.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm appalled by that. I get like their evidence side of it, where it's like your fingerprints are on this thing, dude. But at the same time, it's like, man, like I wouldn't have been able to help myself if I were to look the cop dead in the face and be like, if you're 14 years old, wouldn't you want to fuck with samurai sword? And they'd probably be like, yeah. I wouldn't have a choice though. I'd be like, I feel the need to do this. I have to say this to this guy. And usually it works out in my favor when I follow those impulses. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they don't think it's funny. But I wouldn't have been able to help myself. Dude, that fucking sucks.
Yeah, so I did my first sophomore year was in a town called Encampment, Wyoming. You can look it up.
Encampment? That's a terrible name for any kind of living situation.
Well, because it basically is an encampment. It's population is like 400.
Nice.
But I guess they fuck a lot because the school, even though it's K through 12, was 100 kids.
Yeah, that's a lot of sex if you break it down.
Yeah, I mean, how do 400, well, if you're going to subtract the kids out of the 400, how do 300 people make 100 kids?
Yeah.
I don't know. So I finished the year there. I flunked out.
Fuck it.
Because it was fucking Wyoming and I didn't want to be there. And then I went back to Lakeside. This fucking bitch, Rachel Brown. Rebecca Brown. I'll never forget her name, even though I did for a second. She, I went in the cafeteria for breakfast, and she had a, what do you call those coffee things? It's like a thermos.
Yeah.
And it had coffee with some scotch in it. And she offered it to me. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Took a couple sips. Didn't taste that good.
No, probably not.
And then later that day, she got caught with the scotch and then decided to tell right out everybody she had given some of it to.
What?
Yeah.
No fucking way. Did she rat you out?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god. What was her name again?
Rebecca Brown.
Rebecca Brown, you fucking sack of shit. I can't believe she did that.
And so when they came to get me, they searched me and I had a dime bag in my wallet.
No, James.
Yeah.
This is fucking a school horror story shit, bro. Like,
I know, right? Like, this shit doesn't happen to real people.
No, this is like some fucking like American and Pregnant. What the fuck was that show called? 16 and Pregnant. American and Pregnant. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it's like some fucking TV show like that shit. It's like, oh, he has a dime bag of weed on. Oh my god, James.
So then I got expelled. And I was just like, well, fuck this. I'll just get my GED.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do? What do you even do at that point other than get your GED? Like, you can't... Like, is there another option even?
Fuck,
I have the hiccups.
I think I probably could have gone to alternative school.
That sounds like shit, though.
Yeah, I've heard bad stories.
Yeah, not the best place on earth, I hear.
Hey, folks, this has been Sheriff Bananas' first public interview. Did a damn good job, and now it's over.
Yeah,
So,
now it's over. James, thank you so much for coming today, and thank you so much for letting me pick your brain on all the ins and outs of weird shit that has happened to you.
It was a lot of fun.
This was a lot of fun, and I appreciate you coming on, and I will see you in the yep, I'll see you in why does my train of thought always go away? I'll see you in the old Twitch chat, twitch.tv/SheriffBananas.
Look at how professional both of us are.
We're doing great. We're doing great.
We're gonna see the people and the thing.
I'm gonna leave this in. I'm leaving this part in. Hell yeah. Well, yeah, it's been good. Well, that was this concludes, god damn it, this concludes episode 1 of Podtassium. I hope to see you next time. This will be a reoccurring thing. If you would like early access to this podcast, please sign up on our Patreon. It will be listed below. We will have this available on all of the streaming platforms possible, including YouTube for the live video version. If you guys enjoyed this, please give us a like and a subscribe if you feel like it, and we will see you soon. Hopefully this will be a bi-monthly or monthly thing. And yep, Sheriff Bananas and James out.